She showed up at my mother's funeral in red, not muted red, crimson silk, sharp enough to cut. She clung to my father's arm like a prize, lips painted to match the dress. When the priest spoke a devotion, she smirked, eyes fixed on me. She was cold. She whispered as I passed. Now I'm the one who warms his bed and heart. My fingers tightened around the envelope hidden in my bag, the inheritance papers my mother had signed 3 days before she died. Inside lay the truth, precise, loaded, ready. But before I could act, one name had to be spoken. My father had always called Mom his compass, said she gave his chaos direction. I believed him until the nights grew longer, until his late hours stretched farther, until her perfume faded from his shirts and another scent took its place. Expensive, heavy, desperate. Her name was Clara. 7 years as his secretary. Polite, always just a little too present. My mother trusted her, called her a friend. I should have noticed sooner. The extra coffee cup on his desk, the lipstick smudge on a receipt. But betrayal thrives in routine. The hospice nurse told me first. Your father and the redhead came by last night. She kissed him before leaving. So sweet of him to have support. Sweet. That word burned hotter than grief. I didn't confront him. I smiled through Mom's final days, holding her hand, watching her fade under the weight of 2 cancers, one in her blood, one in her marriage. She knew, but she never spoke his name. Only mine. Promise me, she whispered. You won't let him bury me twice. I promised. After she passed, I cleaned her study. Tucked beneath her will, I found a folder labeled for when it's time. Inside, bank statements, property deeds, 1 photograph. My father and Clara at a lake house I'd never seen. Mom had been dying quietly, but she was watching loudly. Every transaction, every secret account, every lie cataloged. Grief became focus. Focus became weapon. First, I went to the lawyer. My mother's will left everything to me, conditional on discretion. But the true treasure was a second document, a trust my father didn't know existed, controlling every business asset under her name. Half his empire, to be exact. She planned her exit like chess. All I had to do was move the final pieces. I transferred her shares quietly, reallocated accounts, froze the joint holdings he counted on for liquidity. I cornered him without crushing him. Then I leaked just enough to the board to spark suspicion. A whisper here, a document there. Clara's name appeared next to transactions that shouldn't exist. It didn't take long for the board to connect infidelity with impropriety. And still I waited. The funeral had been perfect, public, witnesses everywhere. When it ended, I approached him, the widower with crocodile tears. Clara stood too close, fingers brushing his cufflinks. You'll come by for the reading of the will? I asked sweetly. He nodded, wary. Of course. Clara smiled, sharp as glass. We'll be there. The room was small, air thick. Mom's lawyer opened the folder, reading her final words aloud. My father shifted at the phrasing. Conditional inheritance, dependent on moral integrity. Then came the line Mom had insisted be read fully. If any extramarital misconduct is proven prior to my passing, the guilty party forfeits all marital assets to my daughter. He laughed. A brittle sound, the sound of a man cornered. She was delirious. I placed a single photograph on the table, the lake house one, then the financial records, then the messages. Color drained from his face. Clara's hand slipped from his arm. You said she didn't know. He turned on her. You told me you deleted everything. The lawyer cleared his throat. This evidence is admissible and binding. Silence. Thick. Final. In a week, he lost everything. The house, the company, the reputation built on my mother's name. Clara left him once the money dried up. I didn't gloat. Watching him sign the surrender papers was enough. His pen shook like my mother's hands had when she wrote her last will. That night, I drove to the lake house. Empty now. Just water, wind, echoes. I stood where they had in the photograph. The air was colder than I expected. I whispered her name, the only one that mattered. Rest now, Mom. Then I burned the photograph, watched it curl, ash drifting over the water. Some say revenge never fills the hole grief leaves. They're wrong. It doesn't fill it. It seals it shut.